Jackson, a.k.a. 50 Cent, is here now. And he's here because he's going to be part of Friday Night Fights tomorrow. That's 9 Eastern on ESPN2 from Foxwoods Casino. We're going to talk to you about that in a little bit. But first, when I think 50 Cent, I don't think necessarily NASCAR.
Right.
But you were at Daytona over the weekend, and you got to hang out with Mark Martin and his crew. And he said after the race, we told 50 Cent if we won the race, he'd have to change his name to 55 Cent. And there for a short while, I thought, hey, maybe this will happen. He ran pretty well.
He did.
He's 54 years old, and he loves hip-hop. What'd you take away from meeting Mark?
Well, I was amazed by him. You know, I had an opportunity to go into the actual trailer, talk to him, and meet really the whole crew. So, you know, when I got a chance, the whole time I was there, they were like, did you meet Mark yet? Did you meet Mark? And I'm like why? When I meet him, he's like, he has a playlist that is really in tune with hip-hop music culture, and it's really exciting to see someone acknowledge it. That's from an older demographic that.
It's typical, and even NASCAR. It's not something that you see a lot of there. So you've got a how old is he? 54-year-old guy. Yeah. And he's down with your music. That's
completely down with it. And just to see, he has such a diverse. All of it, like all of the new material, he heard all, he listened to all.
So not just the mainstream stuff, right?
Yeah.
Some of the new guys he's listening to. Who knew, right? Who knew?
I was really excited. If they knew, they would be at NASCAR.
Is boxing your favorite sport?
It is.
Yeah. I know you love it, and now you're sort of in the game as a fight promoter. The man is promoting fights. And look, boxing has taken a big hit in popularity.
Right.
I mean, from where it was in the 60s, 70s, it really was king. And now its popularity is being surpassed by MMA and UFC. What is it going to take to get boxing back to where it once was?
Well, it's going to take them offering a show that is more relevant to a youthful audience. You know, because the UFC.
How do they do that?
It's just adding the theatrics from other sports platforms that they had question marks at. Like the WWF, you would question whether it was real or not. But you invested in it because you got a chance to see.
So more show around the fight.
It's the showmanship. Like,
okay. What would you do if you were promoting a big fight? How would you have the guys come into the ring? What would it look like when you walked into a fight promoted by 50 Cent?
Well, I mean, the first example that I could actually offer is what happened during the Manny Marquez fight. You know, I'm coming out from the sky and the different things, but it's bringing things that mean something to pop culture and hip-hop culture and different music that are youthful-driven art forms that, you know, that'll bring the eyeballs. Up
until recently, you were partners with Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
And potentially going to start a boxing promotion company together. How did that relationship come to an end? What happened?
Well, I mean, me and Floyd are good friends, so him making the decision not to invest is just a business decision.
So you're still friends, you just look at that as business.
I wouldn't say he's not my friend because he decided not to invest.
Yeah.
You know, and it's an idea that I actually came up with for him because he, the only thing that he's passionate about is the sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you want to put him somewhere where he'll actually be relevant and he can actually talk about it long after. Like, you look at fighters like even Roy Jones, a guy that can commentate because he's been into it for so long, he studied it for so long, he belongs there.
I'm not sure it has the same appeal with Pacquiao's last fight ending the way it did, but are we ever going to see Floyd and Pac-Man in the same ring together?
I'm not sure. I think.
Has that fight lost some of its luster?
Yes, I mean, absolutely it has. Like I think they pumped the balloon up till it popped.
Wow.
And, you know, like, I don't know how much interest there is in seeing Floyd and Manny at this point. Manny, I'd like to see Manny and Marquez again.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will. So,
yeah.
And we had Floyd on last week. One of the things that he said is, look, you've got to go prove that you can handle Marquez. So in your mind, if we get Pac-Man and Marquez together again and Pac-Man wins and wins decisively, does that amp the volume again for Floyd?
How many times did Manny beat Marquez before that fight?
Yeah, I know.
So that's an excuse in my head. You know what I mean? Like, that was a cool way to say, go deal with that first.
Yeah, but the last time they fought, it didn't end well.
Right, I mean, but when you got that level of talent, they all have the puncher's chance.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Like, anything can happen, you know, and that's just the sport itself and why it's so intense, because all the other professional athletes that we see have teammates that can help support them on a day when they're having a bad day.
Yeah.
You know, boxing is one of those things where you got to show up.
You're promoting a guy that's going to be on Friday Night Fights tomorrow. Tell us about it.
IBF champion Billy Dibbs versus this guy, I've been tearing his name up all week, man.
Well, that's not important. What's important is you're going to spar with, I'm told anyhow, you're going to spar a little bit with Teddy Atlas. As part of their fight plan, you're going to get in with Teddy Atlas.
Yeah.
And what are we going to see tomorrow night on this show?
Oh, some excitement, man. This is a good matchup. You know, I'm glad I made the relationship that I made with Top Rank, because they actually promote the fighter that Billy's fighting.
Yeah.
So it's cool to, you know, be able to make the collaboration again, since we collaborated on the Manny Marquez fight with Yorkis Gamboa and Mike Farinas. So for me, this event is going to be cool, man. And you got a lot of other entertainment aspects, you know, that have been merged into it. So I'm sure they'll enjoy the festivities.
All right, we'll see it. Will we see any fighters dropping from the sky tomorrow night?
I don't know. You'll see all. You got to stay tuned.
All right, we will. We'll stay tuned and watch. 50 Cent, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you.